name and where you get your tradition.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
running?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My name is Gille, and I'm from Österbybruk, and my family comes from Belgium, and so I'm a bit of a balloon. And I started to play key fiddle at the age of 40. Nowadays I'm almost 60. And I'm playing the old tradition from this part of Uppland, Österbybruk, and I learned from the old key fiddlers, Gille and Victor Wickman. So I'm bringing the Österby tradition forward to next generation.
Now, what you have there is not the usual nyckelharpa that most people see today. Can you tell what it is?
Oh yes, this is a contra drone key fiddle, and this is a new one, of course, but I built it from an old, so it's a copy from an old one from the 18th century. And I got two melody strings, A and D, and contra there is a G. Sounds like that. And I play melody on two strings though. And but I use the same row of keys, so it's only one row of keys, so it's easy to play. I just change the bow from one string to another, and I let the drone hum along. So it sounds like a hurdy-gurdy or a bagpipe mostly.
Oh, now perhaps we can hear how it sounds.
Oh yeah, I'm going to play an old polska from Österbybruk, and it's called in Swedish röda strumpor, and I will translate that to red stockings.
Was that what you would call a bondpolska?
Oh yes.
And it seems rather fast for how most people dance it.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Oh, because if they're a very skilled dancer, he is used to this tempo. So it's, but it's also the kind of bowing. You know, I play a very short second, and the second note.
Oh, second beat of the
rhythm. The second
of
beat of the rhythm, yeah. Like.
Aha. And is that typical in all styles through Uppland, or is it especially?
Oh yes, it is. With the short second beat.
Can you play another bondpolska to demonstrate?
Oh yeah. I play a tune called Uda Mattes Polska. You know that, I think.
I noticed that you have a lot of vigor and joy in your playing. Do you think that it's more the music that gives you that feeling of lightness and cheer, or do you think that it's your attitude of happiness that makes your music what it is?
Oh yes, it is my happiness. And it's also my happiness to see dancers, the joy of the dancer. So when I play the dance, I'm very happy because I help the dancers around the floor. So I have to play the right beat.
Why is it that you took up nyckelharpa when you did at age 40, you say?
Yes, because the fiddlers, just as Gille and Victor Wickman, was very old, and there was no one who wanted to play the key fiddle here in Österbybruk. So I started to build the first key fiddle for Erik Sahlström in the winter 1970-71. So in the 15th of February 1971, I took my first bowing, and then I had some lessons for Erik, and then I formed my own playing.
But Justus Gille and Victor Wickman, they lived here in Österby.
Oh,
You say
yeah.
they were getting old. What kind of a tradition did they have?
Oh, they had tradition there's an unbroken tradition in Österbybruk for a couple of 100 years. So there always been key fiddle played here in Österbybruk.
Then I guess you are very proud to be a carrier of the tradition.
Oh yes,
and I'm sure you are treasuring it and trying to keep it
to keep it alive and to play it as good as I can, of course.
Now you played both Polskor. What other kinds of tunes are played here? Yeah.
Waltzes, of course.
Okay.
We call it in Swedish spring waltzes. We step on all 3 beats like this. So we play waltz very, very fast, with a very fast beat. So.
Well, can we hear it?
Okay. Vagnshusan.
Yeah, it's quite fast.
Quite fast, but
very nice. Very nice. You called that the Vagnshus.
Vagnshus, because every midsummer we are dancing. We are celebrating midsummer down at the main house in Sweden, in Österbybruk, and we are dancing in a hall called Vagnhuset, where they have the wagons for the horses.
Well, play something else now, please.
Yeah. What about the shot this?
Oh, good. That was also very fast for the schottisch.
Oh, yeah.
The way we're used to hearing it. Is there a special variant of the schottisch down here?
They step very light.
Oh, not really hopping steps, but
not really,
but little walking steps.
Oh yes, but it depends. Yeah. Sometimes I play a little slower.
Yeah. Is it all right? Do a lot of fiddlers play at different speeds for dancing? And does it? How does it affect the dancing when fiddlers change speeds, or when different fiddlers play different speeds?
I don't know how to explain that. But it depends on the floor, what shoes you wear, and so on.
But a lot of times, traditionally and even today, a fiddler might play faster or slower depending on the group of dancers.
Oh yes, of course, of the mood you're in. If you're in a joyful mood, you play a little faster, I think.
And what do the dancers think of that? Do they if the fiddler is in a joyful mood and plays a little faster?
They have to follow the beat. That's it.
And they well, that's really as it should be.
Yes, you change the tempo a bit.
Yeah. But you do pay attention to the fiddlers. To the dancers.
Oh, for the dancer, yes. So if they fall around the floor, I have to slow down.
Now, so much of the music is for dancing, but is it all for dancing?
No, it's for procession to marching tunes and gånglåtar.
Can we hear something?
Yeah. Harpa, glas, gånglåt.
To play well for dancing, what do you think is the most important thing, or some of the most important things that a fiddler should work on and to develop?
It's the tempo, the beat, and depends on what kind of polska. If you mean polska, it's the second beat that's very important. If you play Buddha, you have to play a very long second to take from the first. So, and if you play Gille, you have to play a little more plain beat. So it depends on the polska. Because I used to play for any kind of polskas, the Gille, Buddha, and not so much Rättvik, but mostly Buddha. Every dancer wants to dance the Buddha polska. They can dance Buddha for a whole night.
Yeah. Have you pretty much quit playing most other kinds of music, or do you still play music from other areas?
Oh yes, I like to play Buddha and Gille.
But you don't think it affects your Österbybruk playing?
No, when I take this kind of key fiddle, I play Österbybruk.
And I'll play something more.
I play another kind of polska, maybe 16-dels polska. Polska, and in my imagination I think that in older days they have danced another kind of polska in Uppland too, not only the bone polska. They have been dancing a kind of run polska like Gille. I think that because of the kind of the tunes.
Now you say you got your tradition from Gille, Victor Wickman. Do you try to play precisely note for note the way they do?
No, I don't. But some of the kind of playing I do almost like they do. But I can never. It's very hard to. I must play from inside my heart, and I can never be just as Gille.
Well, they played a long time together, did they?
Oh yes.
Did they play exactly alike?
No, they didn't. But it sounds, when you listen to recordings, it sounds like that. But they use different kind of bowings and different kind of notes, and it sounds good together.
Yes, and they were both the ideal Österby tradition.
Oh yes.
And do you think it's good when a fiddler does try to, well, say when a beginning fiddler wants to learn from someone and does try to imitate exactly?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have to listen and pick up the tune, but then you have to play from your own feelings and So it's not good to be a bad copy of a player. You have to play from inside.
Well, can you play another Bund Polska?
Storvagnshusan. The third part of this tune has only 7 bars, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Now that's a good question, a good thing you brought up, because most people are used to hearing music in 8 bars, and when dancing, usually you count on that 1, 2, 1, 2, and if it's an odd number, it's hard. What happens to dancers when something like that happens?
No, in Polska it doesn't matter at all if you have 7 or 9 bars or 12, or you have to continue dancing.
But do the dancers never complain that it's strange or anything?
They always have to follow the music. And if they are used to the tune, it doesn't matter if it's 7 or 8 or 9 bars.
Do you play the same style very much on the regular chromatic nyckelharpa also?
No, I had more double stoppings on the chromatic one.
Can you do double stops at all on the?
Not much. Just the octave. So it's always the drone that hum along.
But perhaps we can hear some chromatic.
Oh yeah, I'll bring that one.
All right. It'd be nice if you played some more tunes, but also maybe some of the tunes you've already played. It'd be nice to see how they...
To compare, yes. I play Red Stockings again. I play a little wrong because it's hard to change from from the old one to this one.
Well, it's yeah. It just takes a little warming up. I noticed though that you used the same bow for for the other day. I know. I saw on the silver bass harpa the the bow was very loose with the players and was held. Is it the same here, or is it tighter?
Here, yes. It's a very soft bow, so I can play on 2 or 3 strings at the same time. Because when I play alone, I have to play this way. If I only play the note on the melody, it doesn't sound any. So I had to play chords and octavas.
You mean the actual development of more keys requires that you play more more notes rather than just allows you to?
Oh yeah.
Well, play some more, and as I say, some things maybe that you did, but some things that you didn't too. Like and it's particularly.
I can play in humble.
Oh.
This is an own composition.
Oh.
One of my own. I made it last year on the course in Österbybruk. If I remember it.
Life in it. What is the difference between humble and say Bondforska in rhythm?
It's a more heavier one. The first beat is more heavier.
On the Bondforska or on the humble?
On humble, yes. But it's very little different on it. Maybe in the tempo.
But the humble is slower than the...
Oh yes, a little slower. Jag spelar en amerikansk melodi. An American folk tune.
I won't show that to any American fiddlers wanting to learn Swedish technique, but I will show that to my wife and some friends who like it a lot.
That's because I've been playing trumpet for about 40 years, 45 years, so this is a trumpet solo.
I've never heard anything like that on nyckelharpa before. It's very, very good. Is it so that many fiddlers do like to take music from other places and play it besides the
sometimes. When I was in Scotland, I played like this.
I know that with my nyckelharpa playing, I of course do a lot of Uppland music, but I found that I only do Swedish music on it generally, but I do tunes from all over Sweden.
Oh yes. Båda polska.
Now, is that really acceptable for Budapolska?
Oh yeah, for the dancers.
Two dancers in
it
would be even two dancers in Buda.
Oh yes.
Do they ever have nyckelharpa there?
Yeah, I've been playing up in Dalarna and at the musikmuseum. So.
I mean, in the old tradition, did they ever have nyckelharpa?
No, I don't think so. They have the common fiddle, but if I play like this, it's accepted by the dancers.
Well, now back to Uppland.
Back to Uppland, yeah. Polska.
What was that called?
Called polska från 12:e Tierp efter Alfred Andersson.
Are there? These are old traditional tunes that you can tell are carryovers from the old style harpa. Are there still new tunes being developed on
some, but not so many. We have so much of the old music, so we don't need to make new music. Maybe sometimes, like the hambo I played.
But yes, you composed the hambo. Have you composed any other tunes in the more traditional style?
Yeah, a polka. I can play a polka for you, but I think I do it on the kontrabas. This is my last composition.
Aha.
Polka. My last composition.
Can you explain what that piece of metal that looks like a fish
it's just
hook?
a little hook, a hook on the drone string. So I tuned the drone from G to A, and that's because sometimes I want to play in D major on this instrument. So I tune up the drone to A. Another polska. Knut Ola's livstycke.
Knut Ola's livstycke. That comes.
I think it's from Hälsingland.
Aha.
I learned it from Lasse.
I see. Yes, it. I was going to remark that it didn't sound like anything that I've heard from this area before.
No, it's from Hälsingland, but it sounds good on this kind of key fiddle.
Uh-huh.
So I like to play that tune.
Do most of the fiddlers in Uppland now, yourself included, have much chance to play for dancing, of the old type dancing, or?
Oh yes, it's changed some. Sometimes it's much playing and sometimes it's less. So.
But do you think that most do more playing without dancers, or?
No, it's almost the same, because the dance has improved, so more and more people learn how to dance the old polskas, and so it still grows.
Play some more.
I can change, so I play it in C or. Gille. Gille polska.
Just have a name, or just?
Brostugan heter den. Finns i det där Byskalle efter.
You started to play it in one key and then you changed key.
I changed it.
Is it because it's supposed to be in one key, or is it just because it would?
No, it didn't tune.
Yes. But that's unusual to my way of thinking, because usually I thought that a tune to be right would be in one key.
Oh, yes.
But do they is there sometimes a choice?
Sometimes it's a choice. I know Erik Salsson did the same change sometimes from D to C.
And then also I've heard that sometimes a tune would be played in one key on the fiddle and a different one on the nyckelharpa.
Yes, that's right, yes. Because sometimes it's hard to play in A major on the key fiddle. So.
Well, my exposure to Österby music was from the 1970s, and this is my first time back. And I feel that there's a change in the music since then, in what people play, and in a little of I've seen tunes played in a different key, or perhaps an extra reprise put on a tune, or a reprise taken off. Is that just from my view of the little bit that I've seen, or has there actually been? Is there actually a continuing change?
It's continuing, yes. That's the music. I used to say that the music lives and it changes a bit all the time. And it changes from the mood you're in too, of course. If you're really in the mood, you play a little faster and with more fingering and so on. From Österbybruk.
Now, you switch between the chromatic harpa and the kontrabas harpa. Most people would think, well, why not just play the chromatic harpa, because you can get so many more notes out of it. What is special about kontrabas harpan that you like?
I like the sound of it. It sounds a little different, and so that's why. And it's very important to keep this tradition alive too, because if you let it dead, if you don't continue to play this one, it will försvinna. Disappear, yes. So it's important to keep the old tradition alive too.
Now I know in the old days, many fiddlers, many very good fiddlers, were extremely jealous of their music, or they wanted to keep it to themselves. They didn't want anyone to have their music. And I know a lot of music died out that way because the tunes were lost when the fiddler died. Is there much of that attitude still, that there are certain people who have special tunes that they don't like anyone else to learn?
Today it's very easy. If you got the tape recorder, it's very easy, so it's very hard to do that nowadays.
But for that reason, are there people who really don't like to play for other than among their own circle?
No, I don't. It's not that kind of.
Yeah. And fiddlers are then in Uppland are really more sharing of their music.
Oh yes, we want to share the music with others. So. Yeah.
So
I take a composition called Österbybruk paradmarsch. It's my own.
was a surprise ending. Usually ends with the large stroke and you tail off. Are there certain techniques to starting or finishing a tune that is traditional? I know in American fiddling, in certain styles of American fiddling, it's traditional for the musician to begin a tune with a few strokes.
Sometimes you have to remind the music, and you have to tune a little on the melody.
But is there anything of that sort, either at the beginning or at the end of a tune, that is traditional
when you start, you almost every tune start with an upbeat, so like that. And I used to waltzes almost finished with a downstroke, and polskas finished with an upstroke like that.
Is that a conscious thing, or does it just work out that way?
It works out that way. So, I used to say, when you play a waltz and finish with the down, you have to be very fast, because the bad man down there can take your bow.
I'm glad you brought that up. Are there what kind of traditions are there about the bad man, or as you say, or Näcken, or whatever, that have to do with Uppland, especially in this area? Can you have something interesting?
Yeah. They used to say that you have to go out on the Thursday night when it's full moon. 3 Thursday nights when it's full moon, you have to go to the stream and listen if the Näcken is playing. And then if you want to learn from the neck, you have to hang your fiddle in a tree, and then you go home, and when you come back the day after, you take the fiddle, and then you have the music from Näcken. That's one of the stories. I never try.
Unfortunately, I'm only going to be here 2 Thursdays, so I can't try myself. But, just a minute, I have to... I have a clock in the camera. I can just check to see the time.
Check the time. Okay.
As I told you, I'd like to get as much as you're willing to give, but any time you think you're done, that's okay too.
Maybe we'll take a little coffee break, or you like? Okay. Will you care some food? Coffee.
Okay. Not coffee, but maybe tea
or
something. Thank you.
This I learned this from Erik Sahlström.
Do you bend the whole side?
I bend it, yes. And I glue it together. It's like plywood. You see? This is my workshop.
Oh, I see. You put the bass bar on before you cut out the shape.
Or
do you? No, you cut out the shape.
Yeah, I cut out the shape, and then I put on the bass bar. And then I steam it. I steam it into shape.
How do you steam it? Do you have a special device, or do you?
No, just a pot on the stove, and so I steam it outside. So I get the shape, and then I glue it direct on the body. So this is the body.
And you have it curved, you say?
Yeah. Like that.
Yeah, that's very fascinating. It's an idea I'd never thought of. I know
it gets very strong.
Well, sit. I want it there long enough to have a tune in the background.
Okay.
Oh, that would be nice. Do it now. Then maybe I won't have to add it on later. Nu ska jag hända lite och lite närmare till varje. Visa precis skillnaden. This is the chromatic key mechanism. Okay, now I have focus. That's the chromatic key mechanism. A kontrabas.
Contratone.
And the silver bass, or silver drone, and the lid on the contrabass.